Stupid ass Lewis removed the house Wi-Fi from me like an asshole because he's just so big and important, and he won't let me borrow his car because he's such an asshole. So I'm in front of Bear Burger, sitting in the fucking freezing cold because he's such a stand-up, stellar fucking human shitbag. Alright, so today's election day in the nobody gives a shit fucking category of 50 postage stamps of assholes that never fucking helped me when I was little. Here's the thing. There's something called COLIGATE, COLIGATE. Then there's something called COLIGATE, COLLIGATE. I own both. One is just myself, and one is with my betrothed, that I have a surety, SURITY bond with as his second set of eyes, and he has a second set of eyes. So that's important. Then there is Coligent, COLLIGENT, which are usually respectable men in the know, in the KNOW, that's the now, but they've seen things, they have a point of view, they have the point of view, and they have the surety to back up whatever their claim is and whatever they need done. That's the level of personnel that I was expecting and needed. Not this fucking shitbag guess on your own, even though you own the fucking gate. So, let's see. I have, there's image, by the way. This is how disgusting you things are at human level. There is an image at Seafoam, SEAFOME, on marital affair, MARITALAFFAIRE, in the billion-dollar hedge fund BET, BETHEDGEFUND, BILLION. Because what I spell and what it actually means is nothing that is congruent with something that a human would think by pairing them, because they're just too little on the scale of understanding at this point. There's too many mistakes on their part at every level. So normally it's Coligent Men and only one Colgate woman. We are more respectful to one another of the equipment and of our place in the world. However, because of this bastardized arrival of mine and what you all have done previous to my arrival and thereafter, with the disgusting pornography, the drugs, the haphazard language, the cursing, the I don't really give a shit, right? I mean, it's just going to be all washed out and then wiped over human everything and fixed at some point, which is where I'm trying to get, and I really don't give a shit if you like whether I curse or not. It's for the here and now, and this is the level of sewage and colostomy that you filled in my bag in order to explain back to you just how dumb and little you've made this in a godly perspective. We hate you. That's it. You failed completely as your purpose. So in that one bed of my color, Coligent, it is fully clothed. There's a white blanket with white pillows, and there's seafoam on the color of my sweatshirt on the walls. And then there's an angry man. I am kind of like on my side with a pillow and just in like a really awkward, fetal position. I really don't want to be laying here like this. I don't really know you. And then there's a guy on my left, and he's bald, and he's got his arm up like this because he's not touching me, and we're making sure there's nothing touching on this side. We're all fully clothed, and he's in my betrothed's stock outfit, which is long white button-down shirt, blue jeans, and whatever is to my left changes face. I'm not particularly looking at their facial features. Their color is enough for me to know. And I know that it's skull capped in a bald, like the hair is gone for a moment of what I call verification. VERICATION, where I'm there as the Caton, and it's only what I say. And my eyes have to see it because of the amount of heavy equipment that has been breached. And I'm not trying to get people in trouble, but I need to reestablish collegiate lines of communication and the only trustworthy that are living and were born for such purpose in whatever level and wherever they may be. Because some have tattoos, which is a KGB non-compliance. Although, right, I try to set that record straight as I need street folks because this has been so poorly painted into all of our, I even myself have one verifiable tattoo on my ankle, just so this way when I am transported in the poof heavy equipment, you can't say that it was a different time or a different version of my second set of eyes. It is very really the one that wakes up every day alone and waiting to be rescued out of the human cesspool. That's how we tell time in a anti-gravity G-static space of it's just dark and then there's some form of movie set. Right, yeah, got that. I can still tell which is now and which it can go and which should have been and which shouldn't have been, but whatever. On the fact that you leave me for knowing such things. All right, so there's that. The men are like, this is really awkward, but they're all named Christopher. I said, just go with the name Chris, CHRIS, and then they each gave themselves a number. I'm like, no. He's like, do you know how old I am? I'm like, I have no idea. One of them, like, we were laughing. He's like, I'm probably the closest one because I've done the most amount of verification work with you. I don't know if you remember me. And I'm like, well, you want me to look at your face? He goes, actually, for this one, I would. And I looked up, and then his face just kind of contorted, and it went from lockjaw, like LOCKJAW, the one that I really like. And then it went to like his head got a little weird bubble. It was like moving in my Coptic iris like scan of him, which was weird for me because I'm like, why? But I didn't say anything, and I'm like, I'll just wait. He goes, wait for what? I was like, I'm waiting for you to stop changing. He goes, what do you mean I'm changing? Because I feel like I'm just the same. And I go, yeah, no, I know. I was like, how old are you? He's like, well, I'm somewhere between 32 and like, I don't know, 40 maybe. He said, maybe 36. And I'm like, well, how do you not know your age? He goes, well, you don't know your age. I go, yeah, no, I know that, but I'm COLIGATE. I'm me. I'm always confused in this like state of mind. And he's like, yeah, well, unfortunately, a lot of us that thought that we were solid in our understanding of things are learning quickly that you're usually the lead and understanding, and if we think it's something else and you're claiming it's another thing, we have to start to learn to trust you and to start researching what you're saying and not going with what we thought we knew, because you're kind of right on it's not looking so pretty in your movie set. I'm like, all right, okay, thank you. And then, right, then there's it's almost like, I stay stagnant, or I stay stasis. No, it's actually stagnant. It's STAGNANT, because I'm tagged. I'm in a lying down position. I poofed there. Again, I didn't really want to be there, but it's a verification, and I don't mind doing verification work as Caton with my people if it's going to lead to a result where my day in my scenery is fixed, so I'm with my betrothed. That's the only time cats on equipment, heavy machinery is acceptable to use, because I don't have a schedule. They need to pull me into verification to get answers, but why can't I just give you answers face to face? Do you understand? So I don't mind that. I mean, I'm not happy about the fact that we were all laying down in a bed together, but see, that's the thing, is that this time period in Bayside, like, cesspool porn and drugs are what you push on the people, and that's like as good as you get in street performers at like human level in New York. Again, it's like they say things like, well, we're in bed together. Right, okay, here's the thing though. I used to be what's called literal, where I'm lit, L-I-T, I'm in the know, and I know that you shouldn't be saying that to me because I don't actually want to physically lay in a bed with you. But I'm now in a world where I'm with nothing collegiate, ever. They've taken the lit and dim, I guess dumbed, D-U-M-B, or is it dim, D-I-M, some, S-U-M, for understanding. And then everybody says weird things, like they say cocksucker, and you're like, okay, now I get that you just said that that's what he is, but like, are you sure that's like the verb that you want to use? Like, is that the picture you want to portray? Like, oh God, it's like their words mean nothing to them, and they spit out shit, and then it's like, it gets more dirty in the, like, look at the, I mean, it's not even clean concrete. You see the concrete? This is disgusting. I mean, it's dark, it's dirty, it hasn't been power washed, there's gum everywhere. I mean, this is like their genetics. It's just fucking gross, I swear. All right, let me think about this. All right, so there's that. Oh, and then there's a scene of, I went, when I was with Tia Frio, Shitbag 1975, right, yeah, him. He invited me to Brad Leacock, Bradleacock, Halloween party. I had never been to a Halloween party as an adult, and so I had gotten a costume, which I wasn't sure if I should wear it out or not, because it was very short, but I wore boots, and it was a one-time thing, and I was with Anthony, and he's like, so whatever. So I wore, it was a devil's outfit, like a sexy devil, and then it had a wig, a black wig with red, like rose color, like piece of highlight in it. I wore a houndstooth jacket, which I loved, around it to the party. Now, I was at the party, there's some pictures of the party, then there's like, something was going on, I guess they had a carriage house or a garage, and they had like a cage in there, but it was like really tight quarters, they were all dancing, they wanted me to get in the cage. Ange had, A-N-G-E, had on Alice in Wonderland with white boots that were like this high. I had black boots on. They wanted us to get in a cage for a picture, just one picture, which I was like, for one picture, yes. I said, but you're not leaving me in there with like the other girls. I was like, I'll take one photo and then I'm out. I was like, promise me. And he goes, yeah, he goes, I won't leave you in there, I swear. I'm like, all right, fine. So I went in, I took one set of photos, and then I got out, and I left. And then we went back up outside, because I was not having the whatever was going on in there. But I needed proof that I was in this new pornographic culture that you idiots painted in my pain of having to be a fucking human. So, that's that. Now, I went up to the porch. Somebody told me to go inside to get something, which I did. And then I went in to get my own coat, because it was like everybody just disappeared. And when I went in to get my coat off of these people's bed, there was like a magenta-colored, rose-colored rug. And there was a bedspread that was like a dirty motel, M-O-T-E-L. It was like one of those really thin polyester, like cheapy shits from like a